Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Monday, October 13th. It's currently 10:49 in the morning. Now, this is private. I probably won't release this. I've been on the last few days, my last recap that I had filmed. Um, I had said that I wasn't going to recap these trades anymore. I was going to take a break from posting the recaps. Um, I had the feeling to do it, so I made that decision. Now, that day, it was Friday, October 10th. China had released this new policy that they would be changing the current policy on rare earth materials starting November 1st. Trump fired back saying that we would issue tariffs, 100% tariffs on China, on consumer goods. So I had seen on Friday, I had seen that happened. I had been watching price. Now I had placed a trade on a demo account earlier. I was on the charts from about 9:30 to about 10:30. Placed a trade. It was a losing trade. Price was consolidating. Then around 11 o'clock, I had seen that price had slipped. Now it wasn't like a retracement. It wasn't an extension. It was literally like so. After I had seen this, let me just show you. Actually, I can just show you. I'll show you the NASDAQ. So we can have context while I explain. So price had been moving. I want to say at all-time highs. Yeah. So price had been moving at all-time highs. There's some relief, extension, and then you see that at about 11 o'clock, price starts to slip. So this is not your ordinary lower low, lower high. This is higher low, lower high, or lower low, lower high. Sorry, but as you can see, price had fallen, and then I had looked at this and I was like, okay, well, this is a 1% opportunity. This doesn't happen every day, and how can I get ahead? Not necessarily get ahead, but how can I make the most out of this situation? So I had gone to ChatGPT, said, what's going on right now? I had no idea what was going on, but found out. So Trump had released a tweet, or it was actually on Truth Social, that it was the light of this news in which China had put on these tariffs, or they hadn't necessarily put on these tariffs, but they had made this change in their current policy. So price had fallen, sentiment grew scared, and I was looking how we could optimize this, and I had seen, well, China supplies lithium, China supplies all sorts of. I mean, China is a huge player in this role, but I had gone over to copper, seen that copper had fallen, and then I had placed a position, a short, to take advantage of that, a short, and then I had gotten stopped at like four. I want to say like 4 o'clock. So I had taken this move. This was the this was the move in which I had gotten. So prior to actually doing that, I had, like I said, been trading on a demo account. I hadn't really been using a real funded account, but I had seen this news, instantly purchased a funded account, Alpha Futures, and then I instantly shorted copper. Now, I don't usually short copper, but I felt a surge of this, just a feeling of opportunity that I had to take action. So I took action. I had used my common sense in this situation to say price is falling, price is likely to continue falling. So I shorted. Not to mention that, I mean, whatever trend had been made, whether you call it from right here to right here, price had broken to the downside and the trend had been broken. Price had broken structure to the downside. Now, I shorted right there and it was like a 2000 trade. I think that this may have passed the funded account immediately that day, but price came back up and I left my take profit. I didn't even set a take profit. So I let price run and then I closed, or market closed, and then so did the position. Then over the weekend, as we see into Sunday, price immediately opens higher and then you see this recovery. So in my mind, what I had seen was when you see a huge downtrend, a huge break to the downside and its cause was news, that tells me that price will in the future when it opens next open higher or continue further down depending on what happens and what's going on in the sentiment. But since price was pushing all-time highs prior to this event, this tells me that this was a minor slip up and I want to long. I want to be a part of the recovery back up. And as you can see, price is recovering back up. Price could have gone all the way down, but price is going back up. So on NQ, not necessarily the same recovery, but what I had seen was I really did want a long last night when market had opened. I had been on the charts at like 8 p.m. and I had seen the surge in price, and I was like, I was this came to my mind. I was like, well, this is the opportunity. And I had long on NQ. Price didn't really do anything, and then before I went to sleep, I had closed that position because I was like, uh, no, nah, not right now, not this position, no, no. So I closed that position. Woke up in the morning about 8:30, got on the charts, and I had seen that price had broken this trend to the upside, and I was like, "Fuck, do I enter? Do I just wait for market open?" And then I had seen this next surge in price, and I was like, "Dude, I had done the math, and I had done the mental math in preparation to say, well, what is my confluence?" And I had laid out to you, price would recover as it was at all-time highs before, been pushing all-time highs, minor slip up, and depending on November 1st, price may slip up again to fall down, and who knows if a recession's coming. I don't know what's going on next week, but as far as what happened, this was unless I mean, yeah. So, anyways, I longed at about 9 o'clock. Let me get my exact entry. For some reason now I can't access the account. Value though, you can see past 53K. So the funded account has been passed. Total profit today was $1,000. But I can't really get into the account. All right. You can see here. Your account has successfully met the objectives for the alpha futures. Qualified, but I'm not really interested in that. I want to see where my entry was. All right. No, it still doesn't tell me. Oh, open price 5.09, close price 5.14. So it looks like immediately after passing the account, your account just gets pushed, and then they provide you with a new one after you qualify or after you activate the account. So, okay. Relative to this kind of position. Here, if you want to see, this was like the position that I had taken. So, all right. Pass the funded account. Let's get a payout and keep moving forward. So that's the plan. We'll see what the next opportunities are. I don't really know what's coming next. I just got through today, so I'm gonna do my best, y'all boys. Let me enter this into Real Trader. Like that. So that was the trade from Friday. So I didn't really set a take profit or a stop loss on that Friday. I didn't really set a stop loss. I just, in the heat of the moment, I did what I had to do. Uh, 11:45 to 5. Oh, not to mention you guys, I got fired on Saturday. Or I guess, yeah, I mean Sunday maybe. But no, Saturday I got fired. So I had, bear with me now. I've been doing my job, but the manager, I just don't really feel like we had the. I feel like it was destined to not work due to the um, counterparts in our personalities. And what I mean by this is his mind worked one way, mine worked the other, and I don't think that we were going to see it the same way. But he had been rushing me. I had been serving or bussing tables that night and running food. As I'm running food, he's asking me, he said, "You got to set up this table. You got to set up this table," and I'm setting those tables up. And then as I'm setting those tables up, he's like, is like watching me, and then comes behind me and is like, "You got to speed it up. You got to speed it up." And I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "I got you." And I thought he was giving me shit, and I was trying to listen and do my thing, saying, "Yeah, I got you." And then he's like, tells me to do this one table over there. I'm doing the table. He says he needs it in 4 minutes, or tells me to do it under 6 minutes, and then says, "Do it." I go, setting the table up, almost done setting the table up, grab the glasses, put the glasses down, grab the napkin with the silverware, put that shit down. And then bro was like, 10 fucking minutes to do the table. Bro, I looked at this dude and I just started laughing. I'm like, yo, I don't know what clock you're looking at, but it has not been 10 minutes. Bro's like, I thought he was just trolling. This dude was taking it dead serious. So I had been doing my best though. Wasn't like I laughed in his face and just slowed down. So then I get done with that, get in the kitchen, and now towards the end of the night, food slows down, right? Because there's less people out in the dining area, less people coming in. It's about 9 p.m. No food's getting ran because there's no food to be ran. I'm in the kitchen, people in the back, they're like, "Yo, you hungry?" I'm like, hungry as hell. Go back there, I'm eating, or I'm putting this food in a box, this rice and chicken, putting the rice and chicken in a box. And then one of the other chefs is like, "Hey, you still hungry?" I'm like, "Hell yeah." Bro gives me a plate. I'm holding this plate. Manager walks in. Bro's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I'm looking at this dude like, is he serious still? Bro, he's like, "What are you doing? Clock out right now. Get out of here. Clock out right now." Psh, are you serious? What are you stressing about? I'm not stressing. You haven't seen me stressing. And I said, "You sure? It seems like you're stressing." He's like, "Go, get out." Bro, so I finished doing the rice, putting the rice in my to go box, and I get the fuck up out of there. When I'm walking back, I'm like, "Bro, honestly, fuck that guy." Just truly, bro, just that guy is just a D1 meat rider, bro. quite literally a D1 meat rider. And I just was thinking to myself, bro, this is just not going to work. Thankfully, I had been in the process of working with another company to get another job for something that I was really interested in as a career. I have the meeting today at 1:30. So I wasn't stressing. I was just shooken up like, bro, whatever, bro. Honestly, I feel like it was for the best because one, it wasn't going to work. Two, I couldn't really stand that job. Out of all the jobs that I've really worked, that probably was the one that I liked the least. So, notes taken, great learning experience. But, bro, that was that. I'm like, bro, come on. Are you fucking bothering me still, bro? So then the boys call me. They're like, hey, what happened? I'm like, bro, this is what happened. And he's like, I think it's for the best. I said, sounds good. So we moving forward. Yeah. I mean, no hate, bro. No hate to that guy. No hate to that company or that restaurant. I just really feel like it wasn't a great fit. So you said 3 and 106. No, I took profit like up here. Like 1045. 254. So 160. think I will consider trading copper in the future. It's just where your fishing hole clicks, bro. It's just where you keep going. Keep going to that hole. All right, y'all boys. I've recapped the trade. And I'm going to catch you guys later. Wish me luck. I'm going to catch y'all boys in the next one.